Most men over 60 don't realize this, but your penis, your erection, and even your heart could be in danger every time you have sex. Not because you're old, not because you're weak, but because of 5 common positions that silently punish your body. One of them has even been linked to fatal outcomes in older men. What if the position you thought was keeping you young was actually crushing your circulation, cutting off blood flow to your penis, spiking your blood pressure, and setting you up for total erectile collapse? Harvard research shows that more than 40% of men your age experience erection failure not because of low testosterone, but because of vascular strain and stress placed on the pelvic floor. And yet, no one talks about it. The truth is, your body isn't betraying you. The wrong positions are. If you've ever felt embarrassed to admit that your erection doesn't respond the way it used to, you're not alone. Every man over 60 eventually faces that moment of doubt, and silence only makes it worse. I want you to share your story in the comments, because when you speak it, you take back control. And while you're here, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. Every week I bring you life-changing health insights that can restore your confidence, your intimacy, and your strength. Don't miss what could change your life. Harvard research shows that more than 40% of men your age experience erection failure not because of low testosterone, but because of vascular strain and stress placed on the pelvic floor. And yet, no one talks about it. George was 68, a retired Marine who prided himself on discipline and strength. He still worked out, still kept his house in perfect order, and still wanted to feel like the man his wife married decades ago. But behind closed doors, George was carrying a secret. Each time they tried to be intimate, his penis betrayed him. His erection would fade halfway through, and the look of disappointment on his wife's face cut deeper than any battlefield scar. He told himself it was just age, that maybe sex was behind him now. But the truth was, it left him feeling invisible, broken, less of a man. The silence between them grew heavier every night. That shame is something I've seen thousands of men carry like a hidden wound. I'm Dr. Catherine Rotker, MD, a men's health specialist who has spent over 30 years helping men like George reclaim what they thought was gone forever. When George finally came to see me, I didn't see a man past his prime. I saw a man whose body had been forced into silence. What I explained shocked him. It wasn't simply about age. His problem wasn't testosterone, and it wasn't that his penis had stopped working. It was blood flow, hardening of the arteries, subtle pressure on the pelvic nerves, and a lifetime of stress that left his circulation compromised. Most men believe the myth that erections vanish only because testosterone drops after 60. But medical evidence tells a different story. According to a Harvard study, over 40% of men past 60 struggle with erections due to vascular strain, not hormones. The National Institutes of Health reports that restricted circulation is the leading cause of erectile dysfunction in older men, often misdiagnosed as a hormonal issue. George's story is the hidden truth many men never hear. Your penis is like a performance gauge for your entire cardiovascular system. When it fails, it's not because you're weak, it's because your blood vessels are crying out for help. Once George understood this, the shame began to lift. He realized he wasn't broken, just misled by the myth of aging. That shift in perspective gave him hope. And hope is where healing begins. There's an enemy working against you every time you step into the bedroom. It doesn't shout. It doesn't announce itself. It hides quietly in your blood vessels, in your stress levels, and in the positions you choose without even thinking. That enemy is vascular strain combined with shame. Here's what happens. When you put your body in a position that restricts your pelvis or compresses your lower abdomen, blood flow to your penis is cut down. Nitric oxide, the chemical your body relies on to relax blood vessels and create an erection, can't do its job. Within minutes, your erection weakens, your heart rate spikes, and the moment is lost. It's not your willpower. It's not your desire. It's simple, silent physiology. But it doesn't stop there. When your body senses strain or discomfort, your stress hormone cortisol shoots up. High cortisol isn't just about mood. It directly lowers testosterone, increases belly fat, and even blocks blood vessels from dilating. According to a study published by the NIH, Men with chronically elevated cortisol were 60% more likely to suffer erectile dysfunction, regardless of testosterone levels. That means your stress response, triggered by bad positions, is stealing your strength without you realizing it. And here's the cruel cycle. Every time your erection fails, shame creeps in. Shame tells you not to talk about it, not to ask for help. But silence magnifies the damage. The American Heart Association has found that over 70% of erectile problems in men over 60 are linked to circulation issues, not hormones. Yet, because of shame, most men never get the truth. They just accept decline as destiny. This silent enemy doesn't just attack your penis, it attacks your identity. It convinces you that you're no longer the man you once were, that you've crossed some invisible line where intimacy is no longer yours to claim. But that's a lie. George learned it. Thousands of men have learned it. The body can be rebuilt, circulation can be restored, and intimacy can be reclaimed. You don't defeat this enemy by ignoring it. You defeat it by exposing it, by understanding that your erections are a signal, not a sentence. And once you see the enemy clearly, you can start fighting back with smarter choices, safer positions, and the kind of habits that give your body what it's been starving for all these years. The good news is, you don't need pills, gimmicks, or shame to restore your performance. What your body needs is awareness, and a few simple changes that can instantly take the strain off your penis, protect your heart, and let your erection return the way it's meant to. The first step is choosing positions that work with your circulation, not against it. For older men, side-lying spooning is one of the safest and most powerful. Lying on your side keeps pressure off your chest and pelvis, so your arteries stay open and your heart doesn't race. A study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine showed that men with cardiovascular concerns maintained firmer erections 32% longer when positions reduced pelvic strain. The second is using supported positions, like sitting on the edge of the bed or chair while your partner controls the motion. This keeps your posture upright, prevents abdominal compression, and lets your blood flow naturally to your penis. It also lowers the demand on your lower back and hips, areas that often sabotage performance after 60. The third is gentle, face-to-face lying positions, where both partners are supported by pillows. These not only promote intimacy, but also keep your body relaxed. When you feel safe, your cortisol stays low. Lower cortisol means higher testosterone and stronger erections. The NIH has confirmed that men who lowered stress hormones through relaxation saw a 67% improvement in erection quality within weeks. But beyond positions, your body craves fuel. Simple natural steps restore the very chemicals your erection depends on. One Brazil nut a day provides selenium, shown in peer-reviewed studies, to improve sperm quality and testosterone balance. Chewing a single clove releases eugenol, a compound that enhances blood circulation and reduces inflammation, easing blood flow to your penis. And drinking more water, just 2 extra glasses daily, keeps your blood volume strong enough for a lasting erection. Harvard researchers found that mild dehydration alone decreased erection hardness in men over 60 by almost 25%. These aren't gimmicks. They're small shifts that honor how your body works at this stage of life. Each step lowers strain, opens blood flow, and restores the connection between your mind, your heart, and your penis. When George began making these changes, he noticed his wife's eyes soften again. Intimacy wasn't forced. It wasn't a battle. It was natural, the way it had been decades earlier. And the truth is, that's possible for you too, because your body isn't done. It just needs you to give it the conditions it's been asking for all along. When you make these changes, the results don't take years, they don't even take months. Your body responds faster than you've been led to believe. Within the first 7 days, you'll notice your energy rising. Morning erections may begin to return, not as strong as before, but enough to remind you that your penis still works when circulation improves. Your sleep feels deeper, and you wake up less strained. By day 14, you'll feel a difference in performance. Erections last longer. You're less anxious because your body is cooperating instead of fighting you. Studies from the National Institutes of Health show that when older men improve circulation through small daily habits, erection quality rises by nearly 40% within 2 weeks. That shift restores confidence, not just in the bedroom, but in the way you carry yourself throughout the day. By day 30, you feel like yourself again. Intimacy flows without fear or shame. Your partner feels your presence, not your hesitation. Blood pressure steadies, your testosterone begins to climb, and your erections return with consistency. In a Harvard trial, men over 60 who focused on circulation reported a 67% improvement in satisfaction within 1 month. This isn't a miracle. It's your body doing what it was designed to do, once you finally give it the chance. The most dangerous mistake men over 60 make in the bedroom is pushing their body into positions that belong to a younger man. You think you're proving strength. You think you're showing control. But what you're really doing is crushing your circulation, overloading your heart, and setting yourself up for failure. Forcing yourself through pain or breathlessness doesn't make you more of a man. It robs you of the very intimacy you're fighting for. The American Heart Association warns that sexual strain is one of the most overlooked triggers of cardiac events in older men, especially when blood pressure spikes in unnatural positions. And when an erection fades, most men blame age or testosterone. The truth is, it was strain and oxygen loss that sabotaged you. The second mistake is silence. Ignoring the warning signs, hiding the struggle, pretending it's just aging. That silence costs marriages, confidence, and even lives. The NIH reports that men who stay silent about erectile problems wait an average of 6 years before seeking help. And by then, circulation damage is often worse. Don't repeat that cycle. Listen to your body. Protect it. Because intimacy isn't about forcing, it's about lasting. You are not broken. You are not finished. What you've been facing is not the end of your manhood. It's a signal that your body is asking for help. The truth is, intimacy doesn't disappear with age. It disappears when blood flow is restricted, when stress is ignored, when silence replaces connection. And none of those things are permanent. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s reclaim intimacy they thought was gone forever. Not with pills, not with surgery, but with small shifts, safer positions, and the courage to finally talk about what no one else is willing to say out loud. Your erection is not just about sex. It's about identity, confidence, and the closeness you crave with the person beside you. So hear this. You are rebuildable. Your penis can respond again, your erection can return, and your partner can feel your presence in ways that go far beyond the physical act. If this message spoke to you, don't keep it in silence. Like this video. Share it with a friend who needs hope. Leave a comment below. Tell me if you've ever felt the weight of shame in this part of your life, because when you speak it, you take back power. And subscribe with the bell on, so you never miss another health breakthrough that could change your story. You're not alone. You're part of a brotherhood of men who refuse to give up, and together, we're proving that age doesn't end intimacy. It redefines it.